I want you to take a moment right now and think about this. No matter how many obstacles come your way, no matter how many failures you face, you have a power inside you that says, I will never lose. It's not about avoiding hardship or walking a perfect path. It's about embracing the challenges that come at you and deciding with every ounce of your being that you will rise above them. Let's be real for a second. Life will test you. People will doubt you. The world will sometimes seem against you. But let me tell you this, no setback is permanent unless you choose to make it so. Your response to challenges is what determines your future. It's not the difficulty that defines you, it's your decision to stand tall, to keep fighting, to push through when everything inside you tells you to quit. I will never lose means you're choosing to use every challenge as fuel, every failure as a lesson. The greats weren't born with a golden ticket. They weren't given an easy ride. They were people just like you and me who decided that they were going to fight for what they believe in no matter what. They faced setbacks, yes, but they also had one thing in common. They refused to let anything make them feel like they were beaten. The pain is temporary, but the growth is permanent. When the obstacles appear, when the doubts creep in, and when the world tries to tell you that you can't, you stand tall and remind yourself, I will never lose. Every challenge is an opportunity. Every difficulty is a test of your strength and your commitment. You're not just surviving, you're evolving, you're becoming the person you were meant to be. Victory isn't about avoiding defeat. Victory is about how you show up when life knocks you down. It's about making the choice to get back up, to keep pushing forward no matter how hard it gets. It's not about being perfect. It's about never giving up, never letting the world define your limits. When you refuse to back down, when you push through your fears, you become unstoppable. The truth is, losing isn't even an option for you. It's just a temporary pause in your journey, a lesson in disguise. Every time you feel like you've lost, understand this, you are closer to your ultimate victory. You will never lose because your power comes from your ability to keep going no matter what. And that is what will shape your legacy. That is what will shape your legacy. Keep going, keep fighting. And remember, you are unstoppable. Embracing challenges means viewing every obstacle as an opportunity for growth rather than a roadblock. Life is not meant to be a smooth, predictable journey. It's full of unexpected turns and tough times. But when you embrace these moments, you shift your mindset from fear and doubt to excitement and potential. Challenges are what shape you into who you are meant to be. Every difficulty forces you to tap into your inner strength, creativity, and resilience. When faced with adversity, most people see it as a reason to stop or retreat, but those who succeed see it as a reason to dig deeper and push forward. By embracing challenges, you move beyond your comfort zone, where real growth happens. The easy path might feel comforting, but it's the struggles, the discomfort, and the obstacles that forge your character. When you challenge yourself, you discover new abilities you didn't know you had, and you learn lessons that no textbook could ever teach. It's also important to recognize that challenges don't just test your abilities, they refine them. They strip away the parts of you that are holding you back and reveal the parts of you that are strong, capable, and driven. Whether it's a career challenge, a personal struggle, or a physical test, embracing challenges allows you to evolve into a stronger, more confident version of yourself. The more you embrace challenges, the more you build the mental and emotional toughness to handle anything life throws your way. Failure is often seen as the end of the road, but in reality, it's just a temporary setback in the journey to success. Every great achievement has been preceded by multiple failures, and each failure is simply a lesson, a stepping stone that leads you closer to your goals. When you fail, it doesn't mean you've lost. It means you've learned something important, something that will help you adjust and improve. Failure is a moment in time, not a definition of your abilities or potential. The key is to shift your perspective. Instead of viewing failure as a permanent mark on your record, understand that it's a natural part of the process. It's what happens after failure that truly defines you. Do you let it define your worth, or do you see it as an opportunity to grow? When you allow failure to be a catalyst for change and not a reason to stop, it no longer has control over you. Failure gives you clarity. It helps you understand what doesn't work, what needs to be improved, and what to avoid in the future. In fact, some of the most successful people in the world have failed more times than they can count, but they didn't let those failures stop them. They learned from them and kept moving forward with renewed focus and determination. When you embrace failure as a part of the journey, you realize it is just a temporary phase that sets the stage for future success. The power within you is the most potent force you have access to. It's the quiet but unstoppable drive that fuels you, even when the world around you seems chaotic or discouraging. This power is not something you need to seek from others or external circumstances. It's already there, waiting for you to tap into it. Often we don't recognize our own strength until we are tested. But every challenge, every hardship, and every difficult moment holds the potential for you to discover a deeper level of yourself. The power within you is the resilience to keep going when others might quit. It's the confidence to trust in your ability to overcome adversity, even when the road ahead seems unclear. It's the courage to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to keep moving forward despite fear. When you recognize this power, you no longer rely on external validation or circumstances to dictate your success. You know that your ability to persist, to adapt, and to learn is what will ultimately propel you forward. This inner power is built on self-belief. It's the understanding that no matter what happens around you, you have the strength to shape your own destiny. You are capable of far more than you realize, and the moment you decide to trust this power within you, everything starts to shift. It allows you to break through limits, silence doubts, and push past obstacles with unshakable determination. The power within you is the force that will always drive you forward, no matter the challenges. Fighting for what you believe in is one of the most powerful acts of determination and purpose you can ever undertake. It means standing firm in your convictions even when others doubt you, when circumstances challenge you, or when the world seems indifferent to your cause. Belief is the foundation of passion, and when you fight for what you believe in, you are harnessing that passion and turning it into action. It's about having the courage to speak up for your values, to pursue your dreams even when the path seems uncertain, and to remain unwavering in the face of opposition. The fight for what you believe in doesn't mean taking the easiest path. It often means taking the harder road, the one that requires sacrifice, persistence, and unwavering commitment. When you believe deeply in something, you are willing to make difficult decisions, to face resistance, and to work tirelessly toward the vision you hold. It's a mindset that doesn't stop at the first hurdle, but sees each challenge as a part of the greater journey. Fighting for what you believe in means staying true to yourself, even when the pressure to conform is overwhelming. It means not allowing others to dictate your worth, your potential, or your dreams. It means understanding that your beliefs are a reflection of who you are, and protecting them is a way of protecting your authentic self. The strength to fight for your beliefs comes from the deep understanding that you are creating the life and future you envision. Pain, whether physical, emotional, or mental, often feels overwhelming in the moment. It can seem all-consuming and unbearable, but it's essential to remember that pain is temporary. It's a part of the process, a signal that you are pushing your limits and stepping into new territory. Whether you're facing challenges in your career, personal life, or striving for self-improvement, the discomfort you experience is not the end of the story, it's the catalyst for growth. Pain is a sign of transformation, and every moment of hardship carries the seed of a stronger version of yourself. While pain can be intense, it does not last forever. It fades as you move through it, as you adapt, learn, and evolve. What's truly lasting, however, is the growth that emerges from the experience. The lessons learned during painful moments shape your character, deepen your resilience, and expand your capabilities. Every challenge, every moment of suffering, and every setback builds the foundation for a more powerful and knowledgeable version of yourself. Growth, unlike pain, has a lasting impact. It doesn't disappear once the pain subsides. The strength, wisdom, and skills you gain from overcoming obstacles stay with you and become part of your foundation moving forward. Pain may test you, but it's your growth that ultimately defines you. In the end, it's not the struggles you face that will stay with you, but the person you become after enduring them. In life, there will be moments when it feels easier to give up, when the weight of challenges seems too heavy, and when every step forward feels like a struggle. But the key to success, to true growth, is in the decision to keep pushing forward, even when it seems impossible. It's about maintaining momentum, even when the road ahead is unclear. When you face adversity, it's easy to feel discouraged, but this is where your true strength is tested. Pushing forward is not just about moving when everything is going right. It's about showing up when things are tough, when you're tired, and when doubt creeps in. The most successful people aren't those who avoid failure or hardship. They are the ones who continue moving forward, one step at a time, despite those challenges. The key is consistency. Each small step you take forward, even when it feels insignificant, is progress. Over time, these small steps compound, and you find yourself farther along the path than you ever imagined possible. When you keep pushing forward, you begin to build resilience. Every obstacle that stands in your way becomes an opportunity to prove to yourself that you can overcome it. Even when the end goal seems distant, your commitment to continue, no matter how small the steps, ensures that you will eventually get there. Success isn't about speed, it's about perseverance. Keep pushing forward because every effort you make counts toward your ultimate victory. Victory isn't about achieving perfection. In fact, perfection is an illusion that often holds people back from reaching their true potential. The pursuit of perfection can cause you to focus too much on avoiding mistakes and flaws, instead of focusing on progress. Victory is about resilience, determination, and growth. It's about how you respond when things don't go as planned, when mistakes happen, or when the road ahead becomes more difficult than expected. Perfection isn't necessary to win. What matters is your ability to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. Perfection sets an unrealistic standard that can paralyze you with fear and doubt, making you question every decision you make. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment or the ideal conditions, victory is about taking action, making mistakes, and improving with each experience. The journey itself, full of ups and downs, successes and failures, is what shapes you. It's in those imperfections that you find your true strength and character. The real measure of success is not in flawless execution, but in the ability to keep going, to push through setbacks, and to grow through the process. Real victory comes from the courage to embrace imperfection, to take risks, and to keep striving despite the inevitable obstacles. It's about celebrating progress, not perfection, and realizing that every step, no matter how messy or imperfect, is a step closer to achieving your goals. Refusing to let the world define you means taking control of your own narrative, regardless of what others say or the expectations placed upon you. Too often, society, family, or peers attempt to mold us into a version they deem acceptable or successful. They impose limits based on their own beliefs, judgments, or experiences, but none of that defines who you are or what you're capable of. Your identity, your worth, and your potential are yours to decide. You don't need anyone else's permission to pursue your dreams or live your truth. When you refuse to let the world define you, you are no longer bound by the constraints of external validation. You stop seeking approval and start trusting in your own judgment, knowing that your value comes from within. The opinions of others may try to shape you, but they only have power if you allow them to. Embracing your individuality and owning your unique path allows you to break free from societal norms and expectations that might hold you back from becoming who you're meant to be. This mindset shifts your perspective on failure and success. You stop measuring your progress against other people's standards and begin to define your own terms of success. The more you own your story, the more resilient you become to the pressures of the world. You realize that no one else has the right to determine your limits. You are the one in charge of your life, and no external force can ever take that away. Losing is often perceived as the end, a final judgment on our efforts, but in reality, it is merely a pause, a brief interruption in the ongoing journey of growth. When you experience a loss, whether it's in a personal goal, a career setback, or a challenging project, it feels heavy, disheartening, and final. But this perception is misleading. Losing is not the end of your story. It's simply a chapter that provides the opportunity for reflection, adaptation, and growth. It's a moment that invites you to take a step back, reevaluate your approach, and learn from what didn't work. In those moments of loss, there is a wealth of valuable lessons waiting to be discovered. What went wrong? What could have been done differently? How can you use this experience to become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for future challenges? Loss teaches you about resilience, perseverance, and the ability to rise again. Every loss you encounter is temporary, and the pain or disappointment you feel will fade as you move forward. What remains is the knowledge and experience that will drive you to success in the future. Rather than viewing losing as a failure, start seeing it as a necessary part of the process. It is the groundwork that makes eventual victory possible. When you embrace the idea that losing is just a pause, not the end, you free yourself from the fear of failure and give yourself the chance to keep going stronger than before. You are unstoppable when you recognize the power within you to overcome any challenge that comes your way. Life will present obstacles, hardships, and setbacks that test your will and resolve. However, the moment you decide that nothing can defeat you, you tap into an inner strength that makes you relentless. Being unstoppable is not about never facing difficulties. It's about your ability to face them with unwavering determination, to keep moving forward even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. Your mindset plays a crucial role in this. When you believe in your own power and refuse to be limited by fear, doubt, or external circumstances, you unlock an unstoppable force within you. Challenges become opportunities, setbacks become lessons, and obstacles become stepping stones. You begin to see yourself not as someone who is vulnerable to defeat, but as someone who grows stronger through adversity. Being unstoppable doesn't mean you won't experience moments of frustration or disappointment. It means that no matter how many times you fall or how difficult the path becomes, you always get back up. You understand that the journey is not about perfection or ease, it's about persistence. When you decide you will not be stopped, you create a mindset of resilience, determination, and belief in your ability to succeed no matter what. You are unstoppable when you choose to take control of your life and your actions. No external force can break you unless you allow it. And with the right mindset, nothing can prevent you from achieving what you set your heart and mind to. Remember, you are the author of your own story, and you have the power to write your future. The challenges you face, the setbacks you endure, and the failures you experience do not define you, they refine you. You are stronger, wiser, and more capable than you realize. The world can try to knock you down, but as long as you keep pushing forward, stay true to your beliefs, and refuse to be defined by anything other than your own strength and determination, you are unstoppable. So rise, stand tall, and never forget that victory is not just possible, it's inevitable for those who refuse to quit. Keep going, because you were born to succeed.